Here's something that's been bothering you, even if you've never said it out loud. During the day, your home looks fine. Natural light coming through the windows. Everything bright. Everything normal. But at night, something changes. You flip on the lights and suddenly your living room feels off. The colors look wrong. The shadows feel harsh. That beautiful furniture you spent months choosing looks like it belongs in a showroom, and not in a good way. You've tried different lamps. You've changed the bulbs. You've moved things around. Nothing helps. Here's what's actually happening. Your home has no lighting design. Zero. What you have is whatever the builder installed in 1998, plus whatever lamps you happen to buy at Target over the years, plus light bulbs that don't match each other. You're not decorating badly, you're fighting against a lighting system that was never designed to make your home look good. Today, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to show you exactly which mistakes are making every room look cheap after dark, and how to solve them. Real fixes, real prices, things you can do this weekend for under $200. Let's start with the one that's probably staring at you from your hallway ceiling right now. The boob light problem. I'm just gonna say it, you have boob lights. I know you do, because builders installed them in what feels like every home built from the 1980s onward. They're still installing them today. That frosted glass dome with the little brass or nickel nub in the middle. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Here's the problem. These fixtures weren't designed to make your home look good. They were designed to be cheap. They were the builder's way of checking a box that said, lighting, yes, and moving on to the next house. And you've been living with that decision ever since. Maybe you've thought about changing them. Maybe you even looked at some options once. But then you saw the prices, $80, $100, $200 for a ceiling fixture, and you thought, well, it works. It's fine. It's not fine. That single fixture is making your entire hallway look like a rental. It's making your bedroom feel like a hospital room. It's telling everyone who walks in that nothing in this house has been updated since it was built. And here's what really gets me. You've probably updated everything else. New countertops, new flooring, maybe even new cabinets. But the lighting stayed, so stop. Here's what actually works. You have two options, and both of them are easier than you think. Option 1. Replace the fixture entirely. A modern flush mount LED ceiling light typically costs between $25 and $50 at Home Depot or Lowe's. Commercial Electric and similar brands offer clean, dimmable options starting around $25 to $35. No brass nub. You can install it yourself in about 15 minutes. Same wiring, just a different look. If you want something with more personality, look for a drum shade flush mount. These run $45 to $80. Same simple installation. But suddenly your hallway doesn't look like every other hallway in America. Option 2. Keep the recessed can, change the look. If you have recessed lights, those round cans in your ceiling, you don't have to rewire anything. Worth Home Products makes instant pendant conversion kits that screw right into the existing socket. No electrician, no tools beyond a screwdriver. These run $70 to $95 at Home Depot, and they transform a basic recessed light into a hanging pendant, drum shade, glass globe, woven rattan, whatever fits your style. One fixture. 15 minutes, and suddenly the room doesn't look like a contractor's afterthought anymore. The color temperature disaster. Now let's talk about something you might not even realize is happening. Walk through your house right now. Look at the color of the light in each room. Is it the same? For most of you, the answer is no, and that's the problem. You've got a warm yellowish bulb in the living room, a harsh bluish-white bulb in the kitchen, something completely different in the bathroom, and a random assortment of whatever was on sale in every lamp. Your house looks like it was lit by 3 different electricians who never spoke to each other. This isn't your fault. For years, we just bought light bulbs, 60 watt, 100 watt. That was it. Nobody told us that LED bulbs come in different color temperatures, and that mixing them makes everything look disjointed. Here's the technical part, but I promise it's simple. Color temperature is measured in Kelvin. The lower the number, the warmer and more yellow the light. The higher the number, the cooler and more blue. 2700 Kelvin is warm white, like candlelight, like the old incandescent bulbs you grew up with. 4000 Kelvin is cool white or bright white, clean, balanced, more like an office or commercial setting. 5000 Kelvin and above is cool white or daylight, bright, crisp, like a hospital or an office building. None of these is wrong by itself, but mixing them in the same room, or worse, in the same line of sight, makes your home feel chaotic, unfinished, like you're still figuring things out. Here's what actually works. Pick one temperature for living spaces. Stick with it. For most homes, 2700 Kelvin tends to be the answer. It's warm, it's flattering, it makes skin look healthy and furniture look rich. Based on what we see in design magazines and high-end showrooms, this warmer temperature is commonly preferred for living spaces. For kitchens and bathrooms where you need to see clearly, maybe 3000 Kelvin. Still warm, but a little brighter and crisper. Replace the outliers. You don't have to replace every bulb in your house today. Start with the ones that stand out. That bluish bulb in the lamp next to your warm overhead light? That's the one. A 4-pack of LED bulbs in the same color temperature costs $12 to $15 at any hardware store. Philips, GE, store brand, they all work. If you can't decide, get selectable bulbs. Newer LED bulbs have a switch on the base that lets you choose between warm, neutral, and daylight before you install them. Same bulb, 3 options. These typically run around $3 to $5 each when bought in multi-packs. Perfect for rooms where you're not sure what will look best. One afternoon, $20 in bulbs, and suddenly your house stops feeling like a light bulb testing facility. The single source trap. Now we need to talk about the mistake that makes everyone's living room look flat. You walk into your room at night. You flip one switch, one light comes on. One source of illumination for the entire space. Maybe it's the ceiling light. Maybe it's a single floor lamp. But whatever it is, that's it. That's your lighting. And this is why your living room looks like a break room at 2 in the morning. Professional lighting designers have a phrase for this: layered lighting. It sounds fancy, but the concept is simple. Good lighting comes from multiple heights and multiple directions. Overhead light for general visibility. Table or floor lamps for mid-level warmth. Under cabinet or accent lights for depth. Each layer does something different. Together they make a room feel lived in. Interesting. Designed. Single source lighting does the opposite. It flattens everything. It creates harsh shadows. It makes your beautiful furniture look like it belongs in a warehouse showroom. And here's what kills me. Adding layers doesn't have to be expensive. At all. Here's what actually works. Start with what you have. You probably already own lamps that are sitting in closets or spare rooms. Pull them out. Put one on a side table. Put one on a bookshelf. Suddenly, you have 2 more light sources. If you don't have lamps, a basic floor lamp with a fabric shade costs $25 to $40 on Amazon. Simple standing lamps with linen shades and foot switches. They're easy to find, easy to assemble, and they add an entire layer of light you didn't have before. Add a dimmer. Not to the wall, to the outlet. Here's a secret that will change how you use your lamps. Plug-in dimmers exist. You plug them into the wall, plug your lamp into them, and suddenly any lamp is dimmable. The DeWinwill's plug-in dimmer is under $15 on Amazon. Slide control. Simple. Now your lamp isn't just on or off. It can be low and ambient for movies, bright for reading. You've added dimension to your lighting without changing a single fixture. Add puck lights where you need them. Those dark corners where you keep tripping, the inside of your closet, under the kitchen cabinets where you can never see what you're chopping. Battery-operated LED puck lights. 6-pack for $20 to $25 on Amazon. Peel off the adhesive backing. Stick them wherever you need light. Remote control included. These aren't permanent. They're not beautiful. But they're functional, and they add light exactly where your single ceiling fixture can't reach. 3 layers of light. Under $100. And suddenly your living room feels like someone actually designed it. The recessed light sterility. Let's talk about recessed lighting. If your home was built or remodeled in the last 20 years, you probably have them. Those round down lights embedded in the ceiling, spaced evenly, lighting everything from directly above. The real estate listing called it modern. The builder called it upgraded, and you've been living in what feels like a showroom ever since. Here's the problem with recessed-only lighting. It's fundamentally the same as single-source lighting, just multiplied. Instead of one harsh light, you have 6 or 8 harsh lights, all from the same height, all pointing straight down. This is what lighting designers often call flat lighting. It eliminates shadows, which sounds good in theory, but shadows are what give spaces depth, character, interest. Without them, even expensive rooms can end up looking like department store displays. Based on what I've seen, this tends to happen constantly in open concept kitchens and living rooms. Thousands of dollars in furniture, beautiful countertops, and overhead, 12 identical recessed lights turning everything into a showroom floor. The recessed lights aren't the enemy, but they can't be your only light source. Here's what actually works. Treat recessed lights as your task layer. They're good for general visibility. Keep them. But stop using them as your primary evening lighting. Add a floor lamp in the living area. Add a table lamp on the kitchen counter or buffet. These horizontal light sources break up the vertical monotony and create the warmth that recessed lights can't provide. Convert 1 or 2 recessed lights to pendants. I mentioned the Worth Home Products conversion kits earlier. This is exactly where they shine. You don't need to convert every recessed light, just 1 or 2 in key locations, over the kitchen island, in the dining area, at the entry, $70 to $95 per fixture, no electrician, and suddenly you have a statement piece where before you had a hole in the ceiling. Put your recessed lights on a dimmer. If they're not already dimmable, they should be. A simple dimmer switch replacement is something most homeowners can handle. It typically takes around 20 to 30 minutes, though your first one might take longer. Just turn off the breaker first and follow the instructions carefully. When you dim recessed lights to 50% and turn on your lamps, the room transforms. The overhead light becomes ambient background. The lamps become the stars. Same lights, same wiring, completely different feel. The dated fixture denial. Finally, we need to talk about fixtures that have simply aged out, and I need to be direct about this. That chandelier in your dining room, the one with the tiny beige fabric shades on each arm, it may have looked elegant in 2003, but to many eyes today, it can read as dated, like something from a Tuscan restaurant that closed during the pandemic. The ornate bronze sconces in your hallway, the ones with the scrollwork and the frosted glass, they're telling everyone who walks in that this house is stuck in a time capsule. I'm not saying these fixtures are bad. I'm saying they're communicating something you might not intend. Dated fixtures make newer updates look inconsistent. You can have beautiful new quartz countertops and brand new flooring, but if the light above them is 20 years old, people notice. The disconnect is jarring. And here's the hard truth. You've probably been ignoring this because changing fixtures feels complicated. Electrical work, matching finishes, finding something you actually like. It doesn't have to be that hard. Here's what actually works. Identify your worst offender. You probably know which one it is. It's the fixture you look at and think, I've been meaning to update that. That's the one. You don't have to replace everything at once. Start with the single fixture that's holding the rest of your house back. Match the style, not the exact finish. This trips people up constantly. Your new fixture doesn't have to match your door hardware exactly. It needs to be in the same family. If your hardware is matte black, look at matted black or dark bronze fixtures. If it's brushed nickel, look at brushed nickel or chrome. Close is good enough. Perfect matching is what stops people from ever making a decision. Simple is almost always safer. When you're updating dated fixtures, the temptation is to find something dramatic, something that makes a statement. Resist that. A clean drum shade in white or cream, a simple glass pendant, a streamlined flush mount. These work in almost any style of home and won't look dated themselves in 10 years. Statement fixtures are for professional designers with professional budgets. For most of us, timeless and simple is the smarter play. Good lighting isn't about spending a lot of money. It's about making intentional choices instead of living with builder-grade defaults. Every room I showed you today can be transformed for under $250. Most of it for under $100, and almost all of it this weekend, with no special skills. You've already done the hard work, the furniture, the colors, the arrangement. Lighting is just the final layer that makes all of it come together. So here's my challenge. Tonight, walk through your house. Look at every light source and ask yourself, is this here because I chose it or because it was already here? Then pick one. Just one. The boob light in the hallway. The mismatched bulbs. That dark corner that's always bothered you. Fix that one. This weekend. And when you do, drop me a comment telling me what you changed, because you've earned a home that looks as good as the effort you've already put into it. I'll see you in the next one.